A twink,
And a redhead.
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 a twink.
And a redhead.
Who's that man on my screen? I think I've seen you before. Are you in Marvel films or was it Hotel Rwanda? So much talent and so many films, I don't even know how you are real. Dun dun Cheeto, go down on my Cheeto. Dun dun Cheeto, I'm begging you please. Dun dun Cheeto, world-renowned actor. Dun dun Cheeto, euthanize me. Thank
Hi,
you.
everyone.
Hi, you guys. That was an original song by me and Ash called Don Don Cheadle. And welcome back to A Twink and a Redhead, the podcast.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Welcome back.
Welcome back. In our hands right now.
Y'all, we just made the best discovery ever.
Did we discover it?
Yes, we invented it actually. We are drinking poppy cocktail.
Cheers. Woohoo!
Woo! We love getting fucked up and
Oh.
supporting our gut health.
So
This is not sponsored.
but they did send us Poppy finally,
Y'all,
you guys.
We've been begging Poppy for weeks, months, years
It's probably been
to
a
please
year.
send us their product, and
It's been
it's finally happened.
It's been a long time
Time coming, but it's you and me. That's my whole Poppy.
It's you and me. That's
That's
my
Poppy.
Poppy. We whisper in the hallway.
She's
She's
a
a gut
bad
gut
Poppy. Oh,
help.
all right, we should shut the fuck up.
Yeah, y'all aren't paying us yet.
Yeah.
But we do
Anyway.
love you guys. Thank
this is
you.
delectable.
Thank you. I have an orange Poppy with tequila and
I have a strawberry lemonade Poppy with Tito's vodka.
something that was a little questionable is why are they the same color?
Yeah, well, you know what? No artificial coloring.
Hey.
Heyo.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, then that explains it. I was like pouring my orange, and I was like, "Why is it not orange?"
Enough of this.
Oh my god.
There's something I want to talk about.
Okay, what?
I want to see if you agree with me. It's something that I've been thinking a lot about lately.
Damn, I'm chugging. my
And by
drink.
lately, I mean the last 2 hours.
Okay, what? Shapes?
Yes.
Yep, you were talking about
I
this
would-
earlier.
Just stay with me while I explain.
Okay, I'm not leaving.
I would fuck a trapezoid.
Yep.
Trapezoid would show me a good time.
Yeah.
I would run from a circle.
Oh.
I don't want to get caught up in all that.
Because it has curves. Right. Okay,
Yes.
fatphobic. That's fine.
And I'm
Huh.
going to marry
A square.
a rhombus. A
Oh.
rhombus is dependable and
Mm.
hot.
I would run the fuck away from a skinny rhombus.
A kite.
The skinny one.
A kite.
No, I'm thinking of a parallelogram.
Oh.
I would run the fuck away. But
What is that called? Something quad.
girl, I don't know what the fuck quad. A quadrilateral?
But what do you think? What do you think a triangle would be like?
Pointy.
A triangle.
Painful.
I think a triangle's like your gay best friend. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think hexagons are hot as
A hexagon is
fuck.
that person you crush on forever, but
Yeah.
you can never get.
Yeah.
It's always out of reach. They're so
Yeah.
unattainable. They keep you on their leash because they're like, oh, this person will give me attention, but a hexagon will never give you the fucking time of day.
But you know what takes it a little too far?
What?
An octagon. They take it a little too
An
far.
octagon's a slut, right?
Yeah, like they but like a whore, and like not the good kind, like just the annoying kind of whore, the one who like makes it
Yeah.
their brand.
Misogynist, pentagon.
Ooh.
A
Oh,
misogynist
yeah.
and Probably
Republican.
a little bit conservative.
So
yeah, so
conservative.
conservative.
Are we thinking about the pentagram? Wait, what's it called in the Capitol?
The Pentagon? Pentagram is for
Oh,
Satanists.
I love a pentagram.
Ooh.
And that has the
You
star
heard it here
shape.
first.
Not many people talk about how star is a shape.
A decagon. No? Or a dodecagon?
Oh my god. Is that 10 sides?
A decagon is 10. A dodecagon is 12.
Yeah, but it gets to a point where no one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck. A square? Like, boring. Yawn. Bye.
No. I think something is very classic and hot about a square.
Yawn. Boring.
I would, dare I say, I would fuck a square. Not a rectangle, a
square is
square.
going to give you that classic, you have a golden retriever, a house in Cape Cod, a white picket fence kind of vibe. You know, it's dependable. It's fine.
Okay.
But a trapezoid's going to show you a good time.
Well, call me a square man's whore.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Maybe
calling you.
that's me.
I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot about shapes and their fuckability lately.
Yeah, no, as one does, like, TBH.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the incident from last night?
Y'all, something happened here in our apartment last night that we need to address, and it's that we had a gas leak.
We literally had a gas leak, and Ashley was gaslit.
I was,
By
because
herself.
I was convinced that it wasn't an issue, so...
Explain what happened from your perspective, and then I'll come in when I came into the story.
Okay, so last night at around 9 p.m. Eastern, I was laying in my bed reading my book, and all of a sudden I got a faint whiff of gasoline, and I thought, that's weird. There's not a Shell, there's not a
BP
Exxon, a BP around this area, so what is the source of the smell of gasoline?
Right. It's so weird when you smell gas and you don't have a gas station in your home.
It is quite alarming, to be honest.
It is.
Yeah.
Continue.
So I go and investigate and sniff around, and I go near the stove, and I'm like, it's definitely emanating from this appliance. And
tell them what you did. A whole lot of nothing.
Oh, I was like, I made sure all the burners were off.
Hey.
They were, and I said, hey, that must have been enough. So I moseyed on back to my bed, kept on reading, probably read another...
Maybe it was left on by accident. They weren't turned off all the way.
Read another 6 chapters, and then I was like, a little bit of headache.
So I get a text.
No.
Oh.
The story continues.
Okay.
Got a little headache, so I decide, okay, I'm going to check one more time, because now it's starting to smell like I am at the heart of an Exxon at this point.
Right.
I am on, remember that movie with Mark Wahlberg about the oil rig that exploded?
Yes, but I don't.
Okay, well, I am in that movie. That's the smell I'm getting. So I mosey on back to the stove, and now I'm like, ooh.
It's giving Gulf of Mexico BP oil spill.
It is. That's what our apartment smelled like. So I go onto the stove, and I say, yep, there's definitely gas coming from here.
Hey,
And then I put my ear close to a burner, and I hear some hissing. I'm like, that's peculiar. Okay. There's definitely a noise coming, which would mean maybe a chemical is coming out of here. So I decide to turn the burner that's emanating the sound all the way the other way. The hissing stopped. So I'm like, okay, there was gas coming through, but I just thwarted it. I have saved the day, and I'm pretty tired. I'm going to go hit the hay. And I do. But I told my boyfriend, hey, I think there's gas leaking into the apartment. Anyway, I fixed it. I closed the burner. Hitting the hay. And before he answered, I fell asleep.
And so I work late this night. I don't get home till like 12:30. But while I'm at work at like 11:30, I get a text from Eli. And it's like, hey, when you get home, like, oh, I said his name.
That's fine.
His name's Eli.
Yeah.
We love Eli. I get a text from Eli. And he's like, hey, like, can you just make sure Ashley's still breathing when you get home? She said that the stove was, like, leaking gas and, like, you could literally die from carbon monoxide. The place could, like, explode. And so I was like, what? Oh, my God, okay. And so I'm like thinking, oh, Ashley's always dramatic about things, like just always
Yeah.
0 to 100. And so I'm like, it's probably not that bad. And so I open the door when I get home, literally an Exxon.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, oh, great. It
And
smelled
I
like
thought I was being dramatic too. I'm like, this literally, like, I'm just like making this up. It's not an issue. I fixed it. Like, I turned the burner off.
no, it smelled like
night.
gas. And so I'm like knocking on Ashley's door. Her door's locked. So I'm like, great, she's dead. And like, I'm gonna have to
All
whatever.
of a sudden, I wake up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how rude. It's 1 a.m. I have a gynecologist appointment at 8:30. Seriously? You're going to wake me up?
I'm knocking. I'm like, we got to get the hell out of here. Like,
Grant goes, we need to evacuate.
yeah, like I was like, you need to leave.
We need to go on the roof.
Also,
It's
we're
not
on the
safe.
phone. She still hasn't got out of her bed. Her door is still locked, and we're just on the phone with each other. And I'm like rushing around the apartment. I'm like, should I open the windows? Do I turn the air conditioning on, the fans? Blah blah blah.
My window. Oh no, it wasn't open at this point. I was like, I'll just open a window.
Yeah, Ashley was literally like, it's fine. I like.
I was
turned
half
it
asleep
off.
though, and
Like,
then once I started to really sniff, I was like, oh, this is bad news, bears.
so I called 911, and it was crazy. And I just said, I think we have a gas leak. And then sure enough, we go downstairs. Ashley's
Yeah.
in her
I'm
matching
in my
pajama
Victoria's
set.
Secret pajamas and knockoff Uggs.
It's 1 a.m, and 2 fire trucks fucking roll up,
like
blaring.
sirens blaring. And we're like,
so
shit.
embarrassing.
Like our neighbors are gonna be so mad. They
And-
already don't love us.
And the firefighters, when they got there, looked pissed.
They were literally like, these two fucking idiots. Like, it's 1 a.m. We don't want to have to deal with this. You guys are fucking morons. So then they come on up to our apartment.
They were mad. They were like marching up.
Yeah, they
first
were
of
like
all,
literally
slam-
like so.
And they're in their little costume, like they're in the full get up.
They were so mad at us.
They were mad there wasn't a real fire. Like they
No.
were ready to like
Yeah.
they're like, seriously.
I mean, thank you to the FDNY for coming and making sure we
Yeah,
were safe.
and so
And I'm
fast.
so sorry that we
Didn't know how to turn the gas off.
didn't know how to fix it. But thank you for coming. So then they tell us, yes, there is a gas leak.
And the stove's broken.
We broke the stove.
Don't use it.
So don't use it. And a gas technician might come in the morning. And good night. It's safe to be in here. Bye. So then
Mhm.
Grant and I are a little hyper. We're feeling a little silly.
We're
at
like,
this
wow,
point.
that
Like,
was crazy.
like, ooh. And then Grant gets a call from a
Unknown.
no caller ID.
And it's the
It's 1:45.
national gas.
The gas attendants are here at 1:45 in the morning.
I'm like, shit, okay, I'll go let them in. So
They come on up. They were so
they're
much
so
more
nice.
fun.
And they were there. You could tell there's a feud between like the FDNY
they
and
were like-
National Gas.
They were like, who broke the stove? And we were like, oh, the fire department. They're
Like,
like,
Our stove was
yeah.
there's like a piece of it that's like already broken, but the
They
fire department
ripped
just
it
ripped
off.
it off to like get to the gas. So it's like even more
God.
broken now. Yeah, it was like they were really
very manly.
very
Very
masculine.
manly.
Like
Primal, if you will.
yeah, and so they were like, seriously, like of course they
Classic.
did. Yeah,
Classic.
classic FDNY and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And so then they also confirmed that the shit was broken and like don't use the stove, and they put like a hazardous
Material.
material or something
Like sign on
it.
and then they gave us 2 slips that confirmed it was hazardous material.
And that was that. But it was just a
Yeah.
crazy
And we are getting a
night.
new oven, but then we were up for the 1989 television announcement because we were dealing with our gas leak, and it really just like was the cherry on top of a kind of a great night.
A great night. So, sometimes you have to get a gas leak
Sometimes
in your life.
you get a gas leak, and sometimes
Your ass.
gas leaks you.
Yep. Sometimes your ass leaks.
Sometimes your nudes leak.
Sometimes your pussy leaks. Hey yo.
I know that's right.
The way,
Of the episode is
pussy.
woohoo!
Just kidding. Sorry.
We got you. The word of the episode is jobs.
jobs. Jobs as in employment as in working, as in you get paid to do a task.
No one wants to work these days.
It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Get your ass up
And
work.
Bitch.
That's what we do.
Yeah, we do. People actually, there's a misconception. Not that I think maybe you guys think that this, but some people have thought it about us, that us as quote unquote influencers don't have jobs.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Trust me, we fucking do. And this is now also a job.
We're literally.
Everything is a fucking job when you think about it.
Yeah.
And
Getting up is a fucking job.
Getting up is a fucking job. But here we are. And we're working right now. For what? For you guys? Seriously?
Damn, I didn't know you felt like this.
All of this for what? For you all 100 of you who listen to this? Seriously?
Shut the fuck up.
Are you talking to them?
I'm talking to everyone. Everyone with ears. And those without ears.
Anyways, today we are
let's
talking
talk about
about jobs.
jobs.
And we're talking about
Jobs.
our first jobs, our second jobs, or just the jobs throughout our life, because me and Ashley have had incredible careers. Oh my god. Who's his name? It's our girl, actually.
Poppy cocktails going here. Okay.
We are getting a little turned.
I am. Okay, what was your first job?
Okay, well. Sorry, I don't know why I started laughing at the okay, well. My first job was, drum roll please. It was at a gymnastics place, and I taught kids gymnastics, because growing up, if you guys didn't know this, and we'll have an episode talking about sports, I'm sure. But I was a competitive gymnast growing up, and then I did cheerleading, but I started coaching gymnastics at a little gym, and I actually really loved it. I was 16, and there's actually 2 incidents that were a bit drama. But,
Ooh, let's hear about them.
so I did accidentally and allegedly break a 6-year-old's toe. I'm sorry, but he wasn't listening. It wasn't on purpose. What had happened was, there was this class I taught every Monday, and it was the same 3 boys, and I think 2 of them were fine, but one of them, oh girl, they really pissed me off. And looking back now,
You wouldn't be good with kids.
I should not have been working with kids, because
especially when you were in high school, you're with your temperament.
I talk to kids like I talk to anyone.
Yeah.
And even with I say baby cousin, but she's 8 now. Or no, she's not. She's 6 or something. But my younger cousin too, I'm like, girl, shut the hell up. Stop screaming.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Be such a good father.
Yeah, because they're going to know what's coming in the world.
No, sometimes you have to be realistic.
Yeah. But basically, this child would never fucking listen to me. And I was trying to move a mat to set up what we were doing on the vault. And he wasn't moving. He was bouncing on this mat, right? Just bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. And I'm like, move. I have to move this. And then he finally gets off. So I start to move it. Right when I start moving it, he jumps back on. And he I basically accidentally pushed the mat into his toes as he was jumping on.
What's the texture of these mats? Were they filled with bricks? Why didn't it
No,
break his toe?
it's the angle of it. So the edge of the mat at the same time of him jumping collided and literally broke his
Inertia.
toe up. One of his toes was broken up.
Well, that's
and I had to carry him
disgusting.
to his mom. He was screaming, and I was he tripped. But I literally
Grant!
I mean, that is kind of what happened. But I did there was me pushing the mat as well.
Yeah, but you were looking out for his safety.
I was telling him to get off, and then he finally got off, and then he ran back on, jumped back on as I was moving it. And so
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry,
it's
but
not
it's
your
his fault
fault.
at the end of the day.
But I hope it recovered, obviously.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he was fine. He
Real
never came
quick.
back though.
Oh, well, You know what? It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, some people aren't built for the sport
Well,
gymnastics.
speaking of, I just want to go on a quick tangent. I was sobbing my damn eyes out the other night
Why are you whispering?
at Simone Biles' vault.
It was beautiful.
Did you see it?
Yeah. You were sobbing though.
I was like,
bitch.
what a story, you know? Like, she's so great, and I just love her so much. And
I have tea about her.
okay.
Well, actually, I don't know this man either. I just know someone who did gymnastics with her and he didn't like her.
Okay.
But, like,
Okay. I don't like so many people.
Me saying I have tea on her, I literally
It's just
don't.
like one person doesn't like her. He probably is jealous of her.
Yeah,
She's
he
so great.
definitely is.
Yeah. No, I love her so much. And
No,
it's
she's
just like
cool.
she's so amazing. I always like am such like a fangirl of the Olympian gymnast.
Yeah, that's the best part of this fucking Summer Olympics every year. Is
Best part of any
gymnastics.
Olympics are the like 5 girlies they choose to be on the
Yeah.
gymnastics squad.
Yep.
They're all so like great.
And you wanna
Allie
know why
Raisman,
no
love.
You want to know why no one gives a fuck about the men?
Why?
Because in men's gymnastics, for whatever reason, even though it's literally so gay, it's just still such a homophobic sport. And like, obviously, there's definitely gay gymnasts out there, but they're probably it's like a very closeted sport.
Really?
Yeah, and so like everyone.
They're
Like
so
all the men's
strong.
team, they're all just so like stoic and like they don't like talk
Yeah,
or
they're
like have personalities.
very-
Like they're just kind of like
Well,
there's no one
to
fun
be
ever.
a gymnast, you literally like your whole life is waking up at like fucking 5 a.m.
Yeah, but the girls make it like a sisterhood.
No,
For
they
men, it's
do.
like we're bros. Like
Yeah.
overcompensating for you doing a split on the floor.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about like I don't know why I'm going on a rant about gymnastics. and
No,
the
it's
Olympics,
interesting.
But it's like you're a team, but you're also like still like competing against each other and want to beat each other. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
there's the individual, like the all around, but there's the team.
Of course, of
competition
course.
aspect of
Oh,
it,
I
too.
love the Summer Olympics. Should we go?
Where the fuck is it?
Paris 2024. Maybe it'll coincide with Dublin Taylor. Because that's why she's not going to. She's going to like Lyon in France first. Because I think there's like something weird with the Olympics. Like she can't go, so she has to go back to Paris or something.
Oh,
Hey, I'd love to check it out.
if the schedule coincides, I'd love to check out one of the gymnastics matches. Of course.
I'd even go to like a synchronized
volleyball?
swimming.
Diving.
Synchronized diving.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could fuck up a diving.
Yeah, another gay sport. Anything for that involves flipping or something that's like showing off there's gay people there for some reason.
I mean, I think all sports could be a little gay, no? Because gay people are everywhere.
Really? Then why is all-star cheer like 80% of the men gay?
Well, that's true.
Like, why do some and divers too?
What if there was like a random sport like badminton was like overwhelmed with
There
gay
could
people?
be. Maybe it's like a lesbian
Yeah,
thing.
maybe. We should
Lesbians in softball. There's that stereotype. Why does that exist?
Why are sports
Like there's
zoned
certain
by sexuality?
there is like it's interesting, but it's also cute, like community. I don't know.
Because like every time like an NFL player comes out as gay, it's like breaking news headline.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like,
and
wow,
then imagine a
he's so
softball player
brave.
coming out as lesbian.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Okay.
yeah, that's actually really true.
Interesting.
But we're digressing. Jobs.
Yeah, back to job. The other thing about the gymnastics coaching thing was this bitch kept trying. This bitch, she was like 6 years old. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Well, this girl kept trying me. That's another thing too. Why I shouldn't have worked with children, because I like in that moment took everything personally. So I'm like, seriously, like this girl every time on the vault would purposefully try to kick me, and I'm spotting them. She would purposefully try to kick me in the
So
face.
rude.
And I said, do that one more time, you're sitting out.
Oh, okay.
Well, as
You're
I
just
should.
showing your like authority.
Yeah, and she did it one more time, and I made her sit out, and then she started crying. She ran out to her mom.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
don't try to kick a gay man. Homophobic.
Yep. You don't have to say that twice. What?
My
okay,
first
what the
job
fuck was your first
was
job?
I was a receptionist at a physical therapy office.
Woohoo!
Say hi.
You had a boring ass
Nah,
first job.
I did. It wasn't that exciting. I filed things. I worked 4 hours a week.
Wait, Wait, that's so true. Like my first job too, I think I taught
I
like 2
literally
days a
worked
week or 3 days a
5
week.
to 7, 2 days a week, and I was like, ugh, gotta call out sick tonight. You know, like I was like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
But like all my friends, like all my coworkers were like suburban moms, like of like my peers. So it was just like me, this like sophomore in high school, junior in high school, and like me and my like 45 to 50-year-old best friends, and like we would gossip like crazy. Like some of them worked in our school district, so we'd gossip about like teachers, and I'd tell them about like my peers and like what was going on, who was hooking up, who was like having scandals, getting arrested, and like we would just like one of my closest friends junior year of high school was like a 50-year-old woman. And she was also a receptionist.
Also, that place, for whatever reason, like at some point or another, everyone in our town has been
Gone
there.
there. Yeah,
This physical
I went there.
therapy place.
Like I would literally get. I
Like-
love getting like stim on your back, and I
Yeah.
would just like sit there at the reception because I have scoliosis, and I would just like get some stim.
Okay, but also, like, for whatever reason, this person who worked there would tell everyone they had crooked hips. Like, that was his niche. Like, yes, like I went there I like fractured one of my facet joints in my back in 6th grade when I was doing gymnastics, but I literally did it in my backyard on my trampoline. And I went to that physical therapy place, and like I'm healing my back, and in the midst of it, he's just like, "Did you know your hips are crooked?" And then I started talking to other people who went there, and they were like, "He told me the same thing."
I feel like maybe everyone just has crooked hips.
Yeah, but he was like trying to like wanting to fix them. I'm like, girl, like if you guys put your thumbs, look in the mirror, put your thumbs on both of your hips, like push them in, they're gonna be like crooked a little bit.
Yeah.
Like just look at it, it's crazy. But I think it's normal. Unless you got like.
Did you ever get
severe.
acupuncture?
No, I did
I
a
got
lot of
acupuncture
stim.
there a few times.
Oh shit.
Anyway.
Wait, do you know another really early job of mine?
What?
You don't remember?
I don't at all. Abercrombie?
Nope. The farm.
This was the most you thing ever.
The farm. We have a farm in our town that has like a haunted corn trail every year.
The cows at this farm have been on SNL.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
They were in a sketch on SNL.
Like they filmed there?
No, the cows were transported to New York City.
What? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, also one of my first jobs, like I was working at this gymnastics place and this place simultaneously because it was seasonal. But I was a clown one year in the corn.
Guys, this haunted maze was fucking scary.
It's
Everyone
good.
would go, like, people would go and like hook up in the corn like during the haunted maze, and I was
What?
meanwhile I went and I was like literally like scared for my life.
No, and it would get crazier and crazier each year. There's like one trail that was like called Paranoia, and it's like themed like to people's like phobias, and you literally like would get down and have to crawl in like tunnels and
Meanwhile,
shit.
there's like this man with a chainsaw right behind you.
Yeah. While you're trying to fucking crawl, you can't
chainsaw.
see shit. Also, like I was a clown one time. The fucking area we were into was really fucked up. Like it's in the corn, but then there'll be like these sets, and there was this one set that was like a noodle room. So it's a room filled with just noodles everywhere.
Like pool noodles?
Yes, and in the midst of the pool noodles are clown mannequins, but mixed in with real clowns. Like, so I would be in like the room or like, and so people are like trying to make their way, and they like don't know what's a mannequin, what's real. And I went outside like the noodle room, so right when they think they're in the clear, and I would jump out and scare them. And there's this dad. I jumped out, I scared him, and all you hear is, and then he said, "Holy shit, you literally scared the shit out of me." Like literally says that to me. I was just standing there like trying not to laugh, like, cause I'm staying in character.
Yeah.
But the family was like dying laughing. But I was so good at that. There was another scandal where I was a zombie this year, and the queue area was like a graveyard, so I would like be out there in the queue like interacting with the guests. And for some
Did people recognize you?
some people, like our friends, like would, or people I knew from high school, and I'd try to be like, no, I'm not. Like I'm not Graham. I'm a zombie right now.
Stupid.
But anyways, I started like, Ashley, when I say this, it's so weird. Like, I'm embarrassed to say it,
What?
but like, I guess I was just like so in character.
Oh no.
I started burping in people's faces. Like, I would like just go up to people and burp, and they'd be like, "What?"
So rude.
And one night after it, the like manager lady had like a talk with everyone, and she was like, "I don't know who's doing it, but we got a we got a complaint that someone's like burping in people's faces. Like that's not okay. Like we can't be doing that." And I'm like, "Oh my god, who would do that?" But it wasn't until
Red,
that moment I
that's
realized that was weird. I was like, "Why was I doing that?"
like, were you like forcing yourself to
Like
like?
I'd be like,
Oh, you could just
excuse
do
me.
it on command. Like
"Yeah,"
that?
and I would
can't
just
that.
do it.
That's crazy. Can I ask how much you were getting paid?
It was minimum wage, like $8 an hour or something.
Okay.
But you're working for like just like 3 or 4 hours
Okay, $24.
and 2 days a week. So
Okay,
40
$48.
and then taxes, so probably taking home $36 for the week for food. Why are you laughing? Some people aren't in it for the money. They're in it because they love Halloween and the fall spirit.
They give you like cashing a $36
I don't think that was like so
like, yep,
much.
I go to Applebee's this week.
Yeah, I get half apps.
Score.
2 for
You were,
20.
you were not doing it for the money. You were just doing it for fun.
Yeah. I
Wow.
missed like the homecoming football game and stuff for that. Like all those big like, cause in the fall we have like, that's when football starts for our school and everyone
Yeah.
goes to the events and all that. I was at that farm in the
Yeah.
corn sitting there waiting for people to come that I could scare.
That's so crazy.
I loved it though. And to this day, every fall I go to that place.
Should we go this
Yes,
fall?
I go every year.
I'm down to go.
love it.
Okay, I want to go this year.
Okay.
I also love being at home in the fall. There's just something about that area in the fall. The
yeah,
farms.
and it's like gets
that
like very pretty.
crisp
Yeah,
weather.
going to that farm, like you can go pumpkin picking too, and
Let's
like
go. Let's schedule a weekend in October and let's just
go.
go. When we go, I'll ask you after.
Okay, wait. Can you talk about when you worked with my brother?
I was just about to get into that. So between sophomore and junior year of college, I was home for the summer and I was, didn't have much going on. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get a job. And
Wait, what about tutoring him too?
oh yeah, I guess
Before
I've
Quentin,
worked-
let's introduce Quentin.
Quentin is Grant's younger brother.
He's 2.5 years younger
Yes.
than me, and
And-
he's the straight version of me.
Yes. And I guess in high school, I don't know if you recommended me. I don't know how this came to be.
It was a
But
scam.
somehow I was hired as Quentin's tutor.
And the whole time it was like a bit. Like I like pitched you to my parents.
Yeah,
I was
like, I was
"Quint-
like-
my mom could or Ashley could probably teach
like in English, but it was only like
Mhm.
English and history, and then sometimes math. But we'd meet at our local library. Grant's mom was paying me like $20 an hour, like cash. Like I was just like, okay, and I'd go and help Quentin with his homework, which really was like Quinn giving me his homework and me kind of just like doing it.
One thing about my brother is he's like a businessman.
He's very charming. Like he'll like convince you that like this was your idea.
Yeah, no. Anytime I'm in an argument with him and he's so fucking totally in the wrong, he will convince my like mom and dad that like I fucking ruined his
Yeah,
life
he's very, very
in a very like mature, like convincing
very suave.
way.
Yeah. So then I would do his homework for him, and then sometimes it was so embarrassing actually. Now, so he was in 8th grade, and I was like a sophomore. Right? Is he 2 years younger than us? Or
Yeah,
3?
too.
Yeah, so I was like a sophomore in high school. He's in 8th grade. And he would give me his math homework, and I'd be like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I'm not, like, English and history are my, like, strong suit. Some, like, foreign language I could do.
Wait, but it's the way he just gives it to you.
Math,
expecting
you
you
would
to
be like,
do it.
how do I do this? I have a test coming up. Like, show me how to do this. I'd be like,
That's a tough
Yeah.
one.
That's tough. You should probably ask your teacher about that one. Can't help ya.
Well, eventually he got a tutor that specialized in just math.
Good, because I was not helping. I was also getting tutored in math at that time. Like, I literally had a math tutor because I was so bad at math. Anyway, so then a few years later, I was home from college for the summer, and I'm like, I should probably like work in. I really was like, I'm gonna be a waitress, or like I'm gonna work in food. Like I feel like
start your restaurant.
I needed to like have. I feel like everyone has such good stories when they work in a restaurant. So many like scandals and hookups and like people like get fucked up together. It was like that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. You know,
right.
So Grant's little brother tells me I just got hired at this new brewery.
A new restaurant opens in
town. I'm like, sign me up. So Quentin recommends me. I go in for an interview. After like 5 minutes, they're like, yep, you're hired. So Quentin and I'm a hostess and Quentin's a host, and we just like work together. And then my best friend Jenny also gets hired. So the three of us are just like, we are like manning this brewery, restaurant, bar. And we just had such a great time. One time Quentin and me were working together, and there was like doors, and then it was like a little like hallway area, and then you enter the restaurant, a two-door to enter situation, a vestibule, if you will, where you wait.
Right.
And this girl and her dad walk in, and Quinn goes, fuck, you gotta handle this, I gotta hide. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, fuck, you gotta handle this.
Did
like if they want to sit, like I'm gonna hide. So he like kind of like ducks.
He hide under the counter.
Yeah, he like ducks, and I'm like, shit. And then this girl like looks in, sees him kind of duck, and starts like yelling at her dad that they can't enter the restaurant, like they cannot be seen in there. So then they leave. They don't come in. I'm like, Quinn, like, what? What happened? And I guess they just had some like bad history.
They were, like,
it didn't work out.
Yep.
But anyway, long story short, this bar at the end of the summer, it wasn't doing well, I guess. There was a lot of like political drama. The owner of the restaurant had to fire his daughter because the other two owners forced him to. It was like a lot of drama.
Every time my family would go there, it'd be like a 10,000-minute wait for your food.
No,
like,
it was definitely not a good restaurant. Partially because of me. Yes, there was a Yelp once that was like the hostess with the red hair was on her phone when I walked in.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I was really.
And what about it?
I was really into doodle jump that summer, so I would just sit at the hostess stand playing. They wouldn't let you sit either, so I'd always sneak stools because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna stand on my feet.
Yeah.
What? So then, anyway, where was I going? Bar Rescue. Like the show was hired to like turn the restaurant around
because it wasn't so
televised, but all the like people on the show came to the restaurant. Everyone gets fired. All the server staff, like the chefs, everyone gets fired except the hosts and hostesses.
They're like, y'all don't actually really matter.
I make it on through. I'm like through the round. And they're like training us on how to be better. It was such a wild summer working at that brewery. There was like all the servers were like hooking up with each other, and I was just like so privy to all the tea.
It's so weird. Like restaurants, I feel like have their own whole fucking world, like their own ecosystem.
But yeah, that was my experience. That's the one time I worked in a restaurant, and it was fine.
I have to, truthfully, you guys, I think the poppy's making my bowels.
You have to go to the bathroom.
I have to go take a fucking shit.
Okay, let's
go
do that and then come right back.
Okay. Be right back, guys.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I'm back. Y'all, I just had a huge blowout.
Please.
No, let's just say you don't want to go in there for a while.
Are you being serious? Because I really have to pee.
Well, I'm just saying, it's hold your nose.
Oh. Okay, I'll just wait.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Go!
No, let's go into the next section of jobs.
Okay. Well, I guess we should talk about some of our recent
jobs,
endeavors.
Because we've both had a few jobs since graduating. We graduated college in 2020 and 2021.
Ashley did 3 years.
Yeah, because I'm smart. And then
Yeah, because she didn't like college or something. Like,
I was just like, nah.
I just think
Anyway.
that's embarrassing when people do that.
Yeah, no, so true.
Yeah. Like, you're only going to be there for 4 years. Live it up.
Right, because in the pandemic, everyone was just living it up.
Okay, well.
No, I was supposed to spend my
well, that's
final
true.
semester abroad, and then it got canceled. So then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm done." Anyway, what was your job out of college? I had a few.
Well, so I work in television,
Mhm.
and I worked for a very popular. I started as an internship, and then I PA'd on the show. PA means production assistant. I PA'd on the show, and the cast really, really loved me. And it was kind of a difficult cast from what I was told. And so they're like, wait, we like need him. And so I was the talent person for a very popular show on a very popular network. It was a reality show, allegedly. And I'm saying allegedly a lot because allegedly something might have happened legally, allegedly. Just maybe though, like allegedly. Anyways, it's a very crazy show that deals with, health and weight loss. And I loved this cast. Like, I fully felt like I shared the same sense of humor as them, and like it's a big family, allegedly. And I felt right in that family. There was one point when one of the cast members, one of the main girls, was going around saying what animal everyone in the crew would be, and she's like, "Oh, you would be this like animal because you do this a lot." And she asked me, and she's like, "Grant, you'd be a peacock." And I was like, "Why? Because I'm gay?" And she was like, "Yes, exactly." And I said, "Okay, well, you'd be a damn hippo." And she said, "Why? Because I'm fat." And I said, "Maybe."
So you guys just
No, we had that like relationship. Like, it didn't
Yeah.
start like that, obviously. We were like, I fully was like in that family, and I still feel very connected to them. And towards the end of my time with them, one of the cast members almost literally died. And at this point, I was away from them. It was like 2 weeks after I finished with them, and I was working somewhere else. And I was like very upset by this. And it got me thinking about the whole kind of nature of the show, and thinking about like what other kind of reality shows exist out there that deals with like such sensitive topics as like life or death. Like, these people could have been on the brink of like literally dying at any point in the show, and we just kind of watch and like laugh and are just entertained by it. And I mean, they are very like uplifting people and like very funny, but like also it's like very sad at times to watch and also be there.
Well, it's also like it feels like they're the butt of the joke in the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you can't really tell, like, is this show actually helping them or is it harming them? It's just, that's a question it poses.
But that's my opinion.
Yeah. Looking back, I'm not really sure either. It's a tricky thing. Very complicated and toxic it's a very toxic relationship. Like, think of any toxic relationship. That's how I kind of viewed this show, like, as if I was a cast member on it. Like, if you're a cast member on a show, for a reality show, at least from my experience, like, let's say I'm a cast member and I have health issues, the production could literally be like, hey, we'll pay for your doctors, we'll pay for your surgeries if you need it. You just have to do these scenes. You just have to sit in this chair and read these lines and blah, blah, blah. Oh, you don't want to film? Okay, well, then we're going to stop paying for your this and that.
Oh, it feels so yucky.
Yeah. So that's just how some shows could function. And yeah, so when she literally almost died, I was just like, what is this? And I may or may not have talked a little bit about my opinions on it all. on social media, and I may or may not have gotten like a cease and desist. Like,
It's
I'm
fine,
sorry.
it's
Like, come
fine.
on.
If you're 24 and haven't gotten a cease and desist, okay,
grow up. If you, maybe 2.
stand up for what you believe in.
Yeah, sorry I didn't know what an NDA was. Like, it's my first job. Give me a break.
I don't even know what NDA stands for.
And a cease and desist from, like, you're really gonna sue me as a 22, 23-year-old? What do I
Sue you for
have?
what?
What do I have that
You're
I can
fucking,
give to you?
what, Starbucks rewards points? Sure,
Literally,
get
what
a
do you
free drink.
What do you as a network want from me? Seriously.
You don't have anything to your name.
But and it's funny too because like in my opinion or just allegedly this network may or may not just have some of the shittiest most exploitive kind of shows. And y'all really are gonna try and sue a 22-year-old.
I wish I could talk about some of the other shows, but I don't want to expose you too
Allegedly.
much. You might get another cease and desist.
I'm just speaking my personal experience, my truth. I don't think I've given.
Hot people get cease and desists.
Hot people do. Hot people have legal issues.
They do.
Because people are always trying to come for them.
Yeah, and it's okay. Try
And
it. You were
I'm
standing
sorry.
up for what
and
you
I
believed
morally, I think I did.
I
what's
agree.
right.
I agree. I would tell you if you were like being a little,
Yeah.
okay, Grant, calm the fuck down.
When
But I stand by your position in this like scenario.
If there was a situation where, a show about weight loss was telling their crew to, buy them snacks or energy drinks before you filmed with them to get them in a good mood before filming. When there's maybe 700 pounds or 600 pounds, like maybe it's just not correct.
No, that's not a job
maybe
I'd want to
speak
have.
up. Maybe, yeah.
And you did, and you're so brave.
And so now I don't do that kind of stuff anymore, and I work more so in. I'm actually a journalist, low key. Like at the end of the day.
Wow.
My days exposing the water bottle have led me to where I am today from the school
next
newspaper.
Anderson Cooper.
No, I don't know. I love news. Like I think it's great. But I do think I am.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Who
think I'm a little more creative than news.
Yeah. And
we'll see where the journey goes. We're still young.
One day.
Yeah,
we have concepts.
We have so many. If someone with
ideas.
power is listening to us, we are writers.
We have ideas.
Hit us up.
us.
But I know you were in a pretty crazy situation,
So
huh?
right after I graduated, I worked for like a academic journal, and I did some like I was like an editorial assistant there for a second, and then I was like, boring.
That was quiet.
Boring. So then I was like, I need to be closer to the action, and I wanted to move to the Big Apple, and being an editorial assistant could not afford me that.
Nope.
So I got a job at a music kind of startup company situation where they would develop products for artists, and basically it was run by a madman. I wish I could go into more detail, but I don't think I can. But
can you explain game days when there would be like sporting events?
What?
You told me a story where there's like a sporting event.
Yeah. So like I feel like the CEO of the company just had like really bad anger issues and was literally like the most emotionally unintelligent man I've ever met. Just like classic in the way that he was short and bald as well, which definitely caused him anger, and divorced, which unsurprising. But he was also like a raging misogynist, and like he'd only invite like the men in the office to lunch, or like he would have tickets to like a sporting event and he would only invite the men, and then just like he wouldn't look like a female employee in the eye. He never spoke to me by my name. He would speak to my boss on my behalf, kind of. He would never address a female, and the only time he would, like, there was this one woman in the company. There was a small company too. It was one woman in the company, and he once like made her copy edit his daughter's like college essay or something.
What?
Her son's college essay. Like he just like
Huh.
treated women so poorly, and he was so stereotypically that corporate
Toxic.
misogynist. He would scream. Like I haven't heard someone scream like that maybe since you hear a 10-year-old have a temper tantrum.
And like in an office, like a place
He
of
would
work, that's
literally be like,
crazy.
"You are all fucking idiots. You're so fucking stupid." And I would just sit there like, what? And luckily, when those things happen to me and I see a man just so pathetic, I am like laughing at it. I'm like, you're so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, you're a loser right now. You might have like this company and some money to your name, but you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
And like, he also
Ooh.
hired his like 25-year-old girlfriend, but it's
Ooh.
fine.
What's wrong with that?
No, he was just,
you know?
the company, like I made
Kidding.
a lot of friends there and I'm still friends with some people, but honestly, like if you're a boss, just don't be a fucking loser. And don't
Straight up.
abuse your coworker or your employees. How about?
Yeah, like at the end of the day,
it was just,
everyone
like,
there is working
such
for you.
An abusive environment, and it's just like so shocking to me that company has not been subject to some sort of investigation for misconduct.
Yeah.
to
Wasn't there
be-
no HR or like
No HR. There was harassment running rampant. There was illegal activities. It was crazy.
Yeah, the entertainment industry just gives like I don't know why, but there's just characters like that.
It was
everywhere.
insane. But I still like love certain people that worked there with me, and I'm still friends with them, but I feel like it's like trauma bonded.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a crazy experience.
You know what? Our friend Steve said, I don't know if it was in our group chat or he was texting me on some rant, but he was like, at the end of the day, because I think I was complaining about my job or something, or just working in general.
Yeah.
And he was like, at the end of the day, we're all just making money for our CEO, or we all just make a fraction of like the money like our CEO does.
That's
I don't
something
know.
like in these like SAG strikes that are happening right now, and I'm not going to get the statistics correct, but when I saw it, it was like 50 years ago, the lowest level employee was making maybe like 1/30th of what the CEO was making, and now it's like 1 out of like 300. Like
Yeah,
it's like
wow.
so, the discrepancy is so large, and yeah, it's kind of fucked.
It is insane because, like, yes, you're a CEO. I get you're probably working very hard, doing whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, how much harder are you actually working than, like, everyone else? I don't know if that makes sense, but, like...
You inherit a lot of risk when you're, like, higher level, and I understand that. And, like, you are making, like, important decisions. Like, Bob Iger, yeah, you're making important decisions, but, like, everyone is fucking grinding in your company,
yeah, and it's, like, all
know?
for, like... Yeah, like, I definitely
And
make,
for
like, 1/300th of what he makes.
For him to then accept like a $10 million bonus or whatever, it's just so delusional in my opinion. I don't know, it's just like gross.
Yeah, it just feels like one of those things where it's like you're working so much and you'll never like make as much as someone.
We
like
will.
That. Well, we will, but
We
you know,
will.
just you rhetorically, like the listeners, like I'm sure you guys like will never like you'll work so hard, but you'll never like get that much.
No, but it's
I'm
so
kidding.
fucking
Yeah, you will.
stupid. Like,
What working?
no, just I don't know. Ever since I graduated college, there've also just like there's this weird like competition about among like the people you know, and it's like like which one of your friends is like making like so much money because they like work in finance, and it's like this is also stupid. Like it's all
Yeah, but
so
I get mad
dumb.
too because like I feel like my job too. I'll be like grinding, and then like someone just has a 9 to 5 and they're
Yeah.
making double the amount as
Okay,
me, and I'm
but
like, what the heck?
How about a fucking like teacher who has to like
Yeah, that's
deal
like
with all this fucking bullshit all the time and is making like not enough money, or a nurse? Like it's like A nurse's job is so fucking stressful.
Yeah.
And it's like
Who decides how
someone
much
who like
someone's
trades
paid?
stocks gets to make like $200,000 a year. Dumb.
Yeah, I don't get it. My whole family's in like tech sales, and I always hear them just talking about like imaginary numbers, and they all
Yeah.
make so much more money than I do. And I'm like, I was at work until 2 a.m. last night. Seriously.
No, it's insane.
Whatever. Well, that's.
We're in our socialist era again.
Oh my god. Well, if you guys see us doing brand deals on our TikTok,
mind your
mind your
business.
business. Comment and support us.
Mind your business.
Like-
Okay, but I will say our brand deals, like we try to like make it authentic to our brand.
Yeah. Our brand deals, and I think they're like fun. We try to make them fun. Like at least we think about like our audience when we make brand deals. Like we don't want them to just be like silly little ads.
Or
you
like,
know what I mean?
like they're not like, get ready with me with this product, because that's not the videos we make. It wouldn't make sense. But also like you can think they're dumb. I don't care either.
Yeah, but if y'all are like, why are they doing so many brand deals? Girl, why do you think? Like, just support us. Y'all would do it for a check too.
We bought $900 tickets
To Taylor Swift.
in
We have to pay
Dublin.
them off somehow.
We have to fucking afford those.
We have to afford the flight.
It's gonna be expensive.
If y'all see a couple more brand deals than normal,
Mind your fucking business.
mind your fucking business.
Mind
And
your
like
fucking
the
business.
post, maybe comment and move on. Okay?
And shut
Just-
the fuck. Comment, but also shut the fuck up.
If y'all-
Comment, like, send to a friend, but also shut the fuck up.
Anyways, that's
I think
jobs.
that's jobs.
Heyo.
I feel like there's so much more I can say about jobs, but I don't care to.
Let us know your jobs. Comment on our Instagram.
Let us know your craziest
TikTok.
job story.
Yeah.
I actually love hearing about like toxic workplaces, so please
Please just
share.
DM us. All right.
Bye.
The
For
good of the
group.
Announcements
For the good of the group.
For the good of the group.
Okay, this is where we give our announcements for the good of the group. Do you need more explanation than
Seriously? And a fan has one too.
that? May I please go first?
Sure, go ahead.
Why did they make the Transformers so sexy? Why did they decide to do that? Why did they make Bumblebee so fuckable?
Fucking hot.
Bumblebee is the most fuckable robot I've ever seen.
Even Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
Daddy.
Optimus Prime he's so
Built.
built, and then also just like the power that he emanates. Like every word he says, I am
Oh my
sad.
god, I want to be plowed by Optimus Prime right now.
Even like the villains, Megatron.
Holy shit. Megatron could tear me up.
Yeah.
He could tear my hole up.
Autobots assemble.
Oh.
Roll out. No,
And
that's not
Bumblebee's-
what they say.
Bumblebee's-
Autobots roll
Wait,
out.
but Bumblebee's like actually like nonverbal. He uses,
he
the,
uses
radio,
the radio to communicate.
and that can be kind of hot. Like he plays some like romantic music, or like he like something about Bumblebee's like a little.
If you seek Amy,
He's
I'd be like,
mysterious. Ooh, if you
ooh,
seek Amy
ooh,
from
I'd be like, ooh.
Bumblebee's
Blushing.
mysterious, but also like a
He's so
baddie. Like
mysterious.
he's a bad boy.
Bumblebee, like I was actually thinking about it, like some of my cinematic crushes. I was like obviously like, you know, Timothée Chalamet in Little Women, of course, like Prince Eric in Little Mermaid, obviously Bumblebee.
Yeah, he's up
Bumblebee's
there.
up there. I don't even know
That's
how
so true.
the mechanics of our intercourse
Would work.
but like I'm willing to take the risks.
That's
he's
incredible.
He's so kind.
He's definitely a generous
He's
lover.
definitely such a generous lover because he was so willing to sacrifice so much for Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox in those initial films.
Yeah, he was.
But then also, like, you can't forget about the origin film with Haley Steinfeld and John Cena, one we saw in theaters together in high school.
that I haven't seen since.
Haven't seen since, but I was like, yes, like Bumblebee is so He has such a sense of humor,
He's
too.
so
He
kind.
uses the radio in such funny ways.
Beep, beep.
Yeah, like he's so silly. He's so generous.
And just even taking the time to learn how to use the radio to communicate with
God,
the
I can't even
humans.
imagine how hard that must have been.
But he took the time to do it, and that's what's so kind about him.
Yeah.
And so loving.
So yes, like Bumblebee's someone I want to fuck. Optimus Prime is like marriage material.
You think? I think opposite, honestly, for me.
You know what? The second you said it, I think I agree actually, because
I wanna get
Bumblebee's like he's so stable and he'll provide you with such a good life.
He will, yeah,
He would.
and he will protect you at all
Optimus
costs.
Prime as a leader, Optimus Prime, like his mind is going in a million
He
different
can't
directions.
settle for someone.
He can't settle because he's focused on his cause, his political cause, and I can't. And I can't blame him for that.
Yeah, he's a busy
And
man
as a woman
or robot
or a lover, I am gonna be noble enough to let him be married to his cause, and he could just like fuck me on the weekends. Megatron's
the one you
I'm
sleep
toxic.
around with. You cheat on your husband with Megatron.
You cheat on your husband with Megatron. You're 3 shots in. You're 3 shots in. You're not having sober sex with Megatron. God damn it.
So true.
So true.
It's so true.
It's so true.
Okay, well.
That was my announcement for the good of the group. Something I've been thinking about a lot.
My announcement's like giving literal announcement, but
Okay.
I am, for those of you who don't know, I do like stand-up comedy here and there in New York City, and I'm having a show in New York at Greenwich Village Comedy on September 6th. September 6th at 7:30 p.m. called A Twink and Friends, and there might be some surprises.
There might be a redhead with a tight pussy there.
And her name's never mind. But basically, yeah, if y'all want to come on down, there's tickets on. You can check my link in my bio on Insta or Twink and Redhead, and yeah. So if you want to come down. I met also shout out to Twink and a Redhead fans I met at a comedy show who came to one of my shows. His name is Me Gay. and he was gay. Me gay and Anna. I said me gay. I said
You gay.
I said you must have a lot of fun in high school with that one. Like your twink ass. Anyways, but they were so cute and nice. So shout out to them, and I hope I see them and more bitches at A Twink and Friends on September 6th. Okay, let's get to our fan announcement for the good of the group.
Can't wait.
Okay, first off, I just have to say I'm obsessed with your guys' podcast. I have been following you guys for a while, and the way you guys talk to each other is hilarious. It's how I talk to my friends. It's just like highbrow comedy, you know? And I'm here for it. And I feel like you guys are just so smart, and your guys' memory, like what? All this stuff about Club Penguin, like I don't know if you were just like unnaturally obsessed with it, or you really do have an amazing memory, because I played that shit too, but I don't remember all the details. And I do want to quickly say you left out Neopets. That's what they were called, right? They were like little dogs. I don't know. But you left those out, and I'm really curious as to why. Were you guys not into them? Did you not ever play them? Do you even know what they are? Like, okay, I need to know that. Second, I have an announcement for the good of the group. The good of the group. I'm obsessed with the way Grant says that, by the way. My announcement is I gave a blowjob in the Louvre in front of the Mona Lisa. So, my little tidbit for the good of the group is that you can make love anywhere you want, and don't let the haters bring you down. And I'm just curious for you guys. Like, this could be a good topic for one of your episodes. Like, where's your favorite place you have done the deed? Like, I need to know. Also, this is kind of like stream of consciousness right now, but I'm obsessed with currently watching Floribama Shore. It's like Jersey Shore, but honestly way better. And I want to know, have you guys seen it? What do you guys think of it? Do you guys like reality shows? Like, let's talk more about reality TV. You talked about it a little bit already, but would love to hear more. Okay, love you guys. I wish I could be your friends and live near you, but I live in Denver right now. So if you ever come to Denver, hit me up. Okay.
I'm literally obsessed with this
That
girl.
was Tessa. Tessa, we love you.
Tessa, if you're in New York, like
Let us
I'm
know.
actually down to hang out. You sound so fun.
Girl, where do we begin with this? Neopets, I always thought was a flop.
Neopets, I'm not familiar with that
Club
IP. I
Penguin,
never dabbled into it.
obsessed.
Yeah. The Louvre. I'm gonna need you
Was
to
it after hours?
write back and provide more details. Was it after hours? Because normally in front of the Mona Lisa in the
There's
Louvre,
so many people.
There's so many people, so many tourists. Like, it's such a crowd. But did the crowd then disguise you from the fellatio?
Right. Oh my God. You think
Also-
she did it in the crowd?
Okay, I have another question.
Okay.
They say that Mona Lisa's eyes are always looking at you no matter where you are. Was that part of the kink? Was it some
Of
sort
the
of
man.
was it some sort of voyeurism kink?
Like he was getting the sloppy knob and he opened his eyes and Mona was moaning and looking at her. Let's just say Mona wasn't the only thing moaning in there.
Heyo!
That's really crazy.
Tessa, that's such a good story, and I need you to expand on it because you've captivated me.
I don't want to share the craziest. I don't feel comfortable enough with you guys yet, and I feel like my mom listens. You know what I
my mom
mean?
listens.
And honestly, I don't think I have anywhere crazy.
But maybe we'll do an episode
Where we-
covering some good stories.
And we won't
'cause-
let our parents listen.
Yeah, because we do have some good stories. I know we do.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway.
The toe. Inside joke. Let's just say a toe was shoved up somewhere.
Anyway.
But
Tessa,
excellent.
you're so fun.
Yeah, excellent.
Wait, what else? Oh, what else did you say at
Announcement.
the end? Oh, Floribama Shore. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah,
IP.
we
I've never
don't.
watched
I feel
it.
like as New Jerseyans, we don't support that.
No.
Honestly, like
Watch
it's like, why are you
Jersey
trying to do that?
Shore.
Yeah.
You see Sammy Sweetheart's coming back to Jersey Shore reunion?
Did that happen yet?
Yeah, it's like about to come out. I think.
Oh, I'll tune in.
We should tune in.
We'll tune in
We should use our Margaritaville machine.
to make frozen margs and tune in.
Yeah.
Okay. But Tessa, that was so fun. Thank you for that announcement. That was amazing.
You guys, was this episode a little bit all over the place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little long. Who cares?
Maybe we
Grow
had some
up.
poppy cocktails and kind of forgot to stay on topic. Okay?
What are you gonna do about it? Genuinely, what are you actually gonna do about it?
Seriously, don't
You're gonna give us
actually do anything about it.
And seriously, if like some sort of power of B sees this and wants to give me another season to desist, really?
Yeah,
You
if
know what I
anyone
mean?
wants to complain about anything we said, can you just not?
This is our lived experience. We're not trying to harm anyone or do anything by it.
Can you just not? Maybe step back, look in the mirror, and just not. How about that?
And pour yourself
Okay.
a tequila,
Poppy sunrise.
you know?
I'm having a delicious strawberry lemonade vodka with a little bit of ice, and it's delicious.
And
Try it.
No reason why y'all shouldn't either.
All right.
Thank you guys
Bye,
for
guys.
listening.
Mm,
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Bye.
meeting you.
And all right.